You're listening to the Radcast, a top 25 worldwide business podcast. If it's radical, we cover it. Here's your host, Ryan Alford.
Hey guys, Ryan Alford here. Super excited to present this special edition of the Radcast. Grant Cardone, Elena Cardone, the 10X Empire. Probably the only podcast to ever have both Grant and Elena on, and you've got it right here. What we've done is we've aligned their content from each episode. We've put it together. We want you to see just how aligned they are in their thinking. Their success is no secret. It's because of their alignment. It's the alignment of the 10X Empire, and we bring together the best of each one of these discussions with both Grant and Elena, and we think it's really fascinating. Hope you really enjoy this episode. I know you will. And please like, share, comment, share feedback, and go send Grant and Elena some love. They're awesome. The 10X Empire. 10X alignment here on the Radcast. Today, we're talking money. We're talking real estate. We're talking Grant Cardone. What's up, brother?
Hey, man. Great to be with you.
We're empire building today, joined by Elena Cardone.
How are you?
You've put your money where your mouth is, and then, you know, people are trusting you, and you've built that credibility to kind of guide it where it needs to go.
We got 12,000 apartments. I've never lost one, never turned one back to the banks. I've never not cash flowed. These properties, I mean, if you would have been invested in apartments since 1945, you'd be a billionaire today.
I was comfortable playing the support role, and not a lot of people are comfortable playing the support role, but the support role is my superhero. So I freaking own that. And I looked that up. What does it mean to support? The definition of support means to show active interest in the success of. Is that something to be ashamed of? No. I show active interest in the success of.
This is the best money in the world right here. Because I'm not sweating it out. I get cash flow. I get paid to wait.
Grant is like a hammer and a push and a shove and a grind. And I mean, he got us to where we are.
Like when I bought this, when we put our 10X brand on it, I know the rents are going to go up.
But I really admire the way you guys have embraced. I love that, you know, the dual strengths. Everybody has a job to do, right?
Everybody has a job to do. And you really, at the end of the day, it's like, take the ego out of it. It's who are you as a couple? Like, you have to become a team, like a fortified team. Who are you as a couple, and where are you going? What is the goal? What is the reward? What are you working toward?
And that's what people don't get, though, like with the 10X brand, like you said. Like, you're doing all this, but the brand you've built is going to increase immediately, like, the position of the property. I mean, and I don't know that people completely grasp, you know, and that's where it's like, I don't know. I see you're playing chess and some people are playing checkers.
Well, the other thing is the behind the scenes. I'm buying real estate that when we sell this, only the richest companies, not rich people. Rich people are not buying these properties. These are rich companies. These are wealthy companies that have to buy real estate. They don't have a choice. When we bought this, 3 other groups were involved to buy it. I am the chump of the 4. Okay. They said, this is the 4 musketeers. There's 3 multi-$100 billion companies. And then there's the squirt. There's the chump. I'm the chump. But the problem with a chump is chumps can move faster. They typically hit you first and get out.
Imagine this. To bear the weight of. This is Grant. This is me bearing the weight of Grant Cardone and everything that comes along with it. How strong? I mean, it would just logically make sense that I would have to be stronger than the thing I'm bearing the weight of. So for me, I don't have a problem being in the support role because I know how extremely powerful and crucial that is. And Grant has really done an amazing job giving me credit and validating me for the visions that I've had, for pushing him, for demanding that he achieve his full potential and making it so that he hits these goals that were a lot bigger than he even imagined.
And so I can move really fast and I can secure assets from the big giants. The point of that story is this: the groups that miss this deal will still buy it, want to buy it from me 10 years from now. And they don't care. They have to play the game. They have to play this money game. This is how they get their fees.
For people listening, this accredited versus non-accredited, retail investing, whatever you want to call it. I mean, how do you describe that for people, the novices out there, and what that kind of means?
Well, it's a shame that it happens. Number one, it saddens me that there is accredited and not accredited, because it's all bullshit. It's a complete scam. There's no accredited, non-accredited to protect people. This isn't about protecting someone. I mean, when we started looking into this, I'm like, why is the number 200 grand a year? Well, because only a small percentage of people make 200 grand a year.
Yeah.
Well, why? So if my niece makes 195,000 a year, and she's known me for 50 years, she can't invest with me. That's right.
Crazy.
Why would that be, man? Oh, we want to protect your niece. From what, bro? I'm not some weird uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. So she knows me. She makes 195 grand a year. If she made another 5,000, you guys be like, she's smart. Come on.
It's arbitrary.
I know people that make 400 grand a year. They don't know anything about real estate investing. They're giving me money. They're just completely on trust. So number one, it saddens me that it's there, because the people that need the investment the most are the guys with 10 grand and 20 grand. That's who needs these investments the most, not the person that has $2 million sitting in a bank account.
Grant has really done an amazing job giving me credit and validating me for the visions that I've had, for pushing him, for demanding that he achieve his full potential and making it so that he hits these goals that were a lot bigger than he even imagined. But I did that because I saw that is who he is. And for him to not be that, then I know that energy comes at me. So greedily, I made the target be out there and not at me.
And then when you start really digging into it, it's crazy, but the average American only gets a chance to buy the crumbs and leftovers of the real estate market. We never get a chance at the IPO. Okay. No, Goldman Sachs isn't going to call you and say, hey, I got a little something for you, bro. You need 100 million in cash to ever get that phone call, and you probably need $1 billion. It's more likely you need $1 billion. Okay, so those all that money is kept. That's why the wealthy just keep getting wealthier, because they get the opportunity to have wealth. These kind of assets, only the wealthiest businesses buy these. Not these are insurance companies buying this stuff today. $1 trillion companies. So it's really sad that they set this up like this. The last thing I'll say about it is the bottom line. All this was set up to keep me from getting your money. Because if you don't give me your money, then you got to give it to them.
Some people look at the level that you guys have gotten to now, and I always wonder, like, when is enough enough? Like, not that you would stop doing, but like I do. It's like you guys have achieved so much. Like, when is it just another hurdle? Is it just the journey? Like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think a lot of people think, like, where does the success end? Not the end.
I know. And that's why I'm glad that I'm with a partner like Grant Cardone, because I finally felt my comparable magnitude. I met my match. And, the thing that I was saying previously is that Grant has done an incredible job of acknowledging who I am and how big I think and how just the visions that I have of where we can go. And I had asked Grant years ago, what is it that you want to achieve? And he said, I want 7 billion people to know who I am. And I finally said, okay, I met my match. So when Grant said, I want to reach 7 billion people, I was like, that's it. That's the goal. That's the plan. He said it. Now he's going to do it. How do we get 7 billion people to know his name? Which is why I insisted that he become a billionaire.
One is show up, say yes to it. You got to show up. Like, if you don't show up, you can't get lucky. You can't get lucky. Nothing good happens. Nobody's going to come to your home, your sofa, your bedroom and give you anything. It's just not going to happen. Like, you have to show up. And then once you show up, you got to show up, right? Like you got to be available for whatever you're doing, even if you don't want to do it. So I do stuff every day. I show up for stuff every day. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this. But I show up and then I act like I want to do it, right? So you got to show up and then you got to be willing to change your mind about it because something super cool might come out of the deal.
And at the time, he asked me the same question. When is enough enough? You're not the hammer. You get to just have all these ideas. I'm the one that has to go out there and claw and beat and scrap. And I was like, yeah, and then you come home and I pat you up and kick you back out. So, we're a good match. But I told him that because, if 7 billion people were to know who you are, you're going to help and change half of those people's lives. I believe in you. I'm your biggest fan. I know your material works. I've seen the success stories. If 7 billion people have Grant Cardone products in their hands, the world will be a better place. And I believe that. And I know that to be true. Financially, free, people can actually have an understanding of the correct information to actually be able to change and make a difference for the trajectory of their life. And so that's the mission. So when is enough enough? Enough is enough when 7 billion people know who we are. And we're so far away from that target. It's such an impossible target. I do live in reality. I know that's an impossible target, but yet that keeps us focused. It always keeps us driven. Of course, we have sub-targets in between that, or we just get overwhelmed and exhausted because 7 billion people, it's a big number.
And while you're showing up, you got to drop your bad attitude. Like if you're negative, bad attitude, stuff's going wrong, you lost your mom, you got COVID, whatever the hell happened. Bro, nobody needs to know about that. You got to show up and be 100%. Number two, I would tell everybody, I'm always looking for a 10X target. Always. I wake up every day, never satisfied where I'm at because I'm always looking for the 10X. I'm looking for, I got 12,000 units. I'm going to get 120,000. 120,000 units, bro. I'll be like, I could run for president of the United States. I'd be a major player on planet Earth if I could get there. I don't know if I can get there. Today, I probably doubt that I can get there. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think I can do it. I don't know that I have enough time. I don't have enough money, but it's cool to think about it.
I think when you set that big of a goal, though, I mean, I've a lot of highly successful people put the goal line so far out there that it really is an endless journey. But because it's so far out there, they stay driven. And there's something about people that are wired, I think, like you and Grant are, that make that. It's the journey. It's cliche.
It's a spiritual legacy play at this point. We hit the targets, the sub targets, 1 billion. We hit it.
Yay, ding.
Next is target 10, but those are just Super Bowl rings. Those are just validations in the physical universe that you're on the right path. You're reaching enough people. You can do more. You're not this little small, dumb girl from New Orleans, Louisiana, who's not supposed to be here. You know what? If you can do it, you're setting the bar for everybody else that they can do it too. And I live now more for a spiritual legacy. Because I have materialistically everything that I could ever want.
You got to think big every day. I got to be thinking about not how to get one deal. How do I get 10? Not how do I get 10 people? How do I get 100? Whatever it is, just 10X to think. It's ridiculous anyway. And then the third thing is give back, man. Once you start hitting or not hitting, no matter what's going on, man, find somebody you can help today. That keeps fuel in my tank. And if I'm winning, I'm going to share it with somebody. Hey man, I tried this little trick, this little thing, I did this little thing and it worked. And if I'm failing that day and I'm down and out, I'm like, let me go see if I can help somebody get up. Those three things have always been there for me.
I also started a new business. I became a licensed realtor with EXP. So now my goal is I want to build the largest, most successful real estate team in the world. So, and the reason behind that is because the model and the structure of EXP is such where it's kind of set up like an MLM, like a multi-level marketing component. Anyway, it's a model that I love, that when I found, I thought, wow, now I have the opportunity to not only be the woman behind the man, which is my superhero power, mindset, infrastructure, and support. Now I have that opportunity based on this model to go out and be the woman behind the thousands. So that's my legacy, my personal legacy play, is to go out and to really be that woman that I was for Grant for the thousands without giving up what I also do at home. So that's really my next move.
We do a live event once a year called the 10X Growth Conference. It is the best business event you will ever go to in your life. I don't give a shit what you've been to. You've been to Microsoft events. I don't care what you've been to a Tony Robbins event. I make a Tony Robbins event look like going from a barbecue to like some like it's so
like
high
a rock
class.
concert, isn't it?
It is like a rock concert. It's like a rock concert, business concert, very high class. The quality of people there is phenomenal. We're not asking anybody to jump up, dance, rub your partner.
No kumbaya.
This is about, there's just no inspiration. It's not about, we're not doing life coaching. I think there's a time and a place for all that. It's not what that's not what I need in my life. I want business contacts. I want strategies. I don't need inspiration and motivation. I need targets. I need people around me that are blowing up. I don't need I don't need a cold bath. I don't need a fire walk. I don't need any of that stuff. That's not my deal. Like I can go from 0 to fucking 1,000 miles an hour. All I got to do is get around the right people.
Hey guys, really hope you enjoyed this episode. 10X Alignment, Grant and Elena are awesome. Go follow them. You know where to find us, theradcast.com. Search for 10X. Search for 10X Alignment. You'll find all the highlight clips from all the episodes with Grant and Elena. You know where to find me, at Ryan Alford, on all the social media platforms. Go follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. You can watch all the content, the full episodes. We'll see you next time on the Radcast.
To listen or watch full episodes, visit us on the web at theradcast.com or follow us on social media at our Instagram account, the.rad.cast, or at Ryan Alford. Stay radical.